Hello, welcome back to Stock Shark to look at the last week action, what happened, and what we could expect next week. Let's dive into the macro picture. What happened last week? If you look at market dipped big time, like 2 to 2.5% on Monday. Here you can see on the daily candle on SPY. Then magically all those concern about inflation, Delta variant, everything started disappearing from Tuesday onwards, and it's really picked up. Tuesday, Wednesday, then Friday, it touches all-time high of close to 440. That's awesome. Comeback from the deep sell-off. Magically, it touched, as we predicted previous week action. It touched 50-day moving average. Then immediately it started going back. Then resumed the uptrend and touched all-time high. But one area of concern is though the RSI divergence. Last time when it touched close to 437, 436, the RSI was yeah, around 70, but we are touching all-time high on Friday, but RSI tend to be only 64. So that divergence is something is concerning me. So you got to be really careful. Market internals are not that strong. Only the big cap, they are rallying, especially with the help of FANG stocks. And you will see ADX also, it started going up slightly, but the trend is not yet strong. It's only 18, so still cautious uptrend, I would say. Let's look at the weekly candle though. Oh, you see that last week, the bullish engulfing, it rarely happens if you look at on the weekly candle. So usually when bullish engulfing happens on weekly candle, the following week tend to be little higher than what it was last week. So I would expect the momentum would continue next week as well. Let's look at next week action plan. Fed meeting on 27th and 28th. So Wednesday evening or Thursday, it's going to be very volatile. Depends on the message they're going to send out. I assume, or I'm really anticipate Mr. J. Paul still maintain the same message that he has been doing last 6 months, not going to increase, and is closely watching the inflation, etc. But if he does any slip of the tongue, or market thinks that he is going to taper off his bond buying program or anything, expect volatility. Then also the big tech reporting their earnings starting Tuesday. Apple, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, everything is reporting starting Tuesday. So it's going to be very volatile because expectation is very, very high. Especially I like Google, because Google, the YouTube advertisement in YouTube, it's picking up really strong. The last week Snap reported really great revenue increase, almost 74% revenue growth last quarter that Snap reported. Then you could imagine pretty much Facebook and Google how much they would report. I would expect really high, but if they miss anything or slightly less growth or something, you will see deep sell off. But I wouldn't anticipate that. I still anticipate strong growth, so I don't mind picking up some call option on this, and ride the spike. Then I'm continue to watching 10-year yield, which is almost touched 1.19 and came back to 1.28, but still the bond picture shows as if no growth for next few years. But CPI reports showing strong inflationary conditions. So who would be right? I don't know, but I would closely watch 10-year yield because it's a very, very large market, fixed income. So better watch on this. So as I shown bullish engulfing on weekly candle, I would expect that maintain will be maintained, and the market will be slightly higher. I would anticipate SPY to be 442 to 445 by end of next week, but be cautious though because of that RSI divergence. That's all, folks, for next week action. Good luck for next week trading. Thank you.